All right, all right. Are we live yet? Alrighty. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully, all is well. What is up, BSF family? This is Ron, and we've got quite a bit to go through today. We have a special guest, right? So before I bring in today's guest, I just want to take a moment to say this. We are creating so many success stories here at BSF right now, and it honestly it fires me up, to see what's happening within this community, right? Every week, I'm getting to hear success stories of people going from brand to brand, hitting new numbers that they once thought were impossible, right? Today's guest is one such example, right? That I've personally been with uh, since he had just gotten started, right? He came into this program this January, guys, in January 2025, completely fresh, new to the program. And just a few months, he has grown his store to about $25,000 a month in revenue. So it's incredible. And I had the chance to work with him so closely, right? We've had so many one-on-one calls, right? Breaking down our core strategies that Justin has built, right? Refining his offers, watching him stay consistent, right? Seeing his tough days, seeing him at the lowest, and right now. So I'm really excited to hear his story, his journey today, because honestly, guys, it's just not about the numbers. It's about uh, the whole mindset, his persistence that he had throughout, and the action he has taken from day one. So let's go ahead. Let's welcome the one and only Jason. I'm going to go ahead and admit him right now, and we are going to see him live.
What is going on, Ron? How you
Jason,
doing, man? Good
bro,
to
I've
see.
been looking forward to this one because I was just, given an intro to everyone about you. Bro, your journey, it's literally the perfect example of what can happen when you stay consistent and you trust the process, right? So
Yeah,
the
man.
speed at which you have grown, it's been insane. I know a lot of people watching this live are going to relate to where you started, right? We've got a lot of people from Platinum as well that are watching us. They are already blown away by seeing where you are right now, and this is exactly why we say that BSF Systems works, right? So you can see it live, right? And honestly, from those long one-on-ones that we've had, and seeing you doing like 20K a month right now, bro, I feel like I've seen that front row seat of your growth, and bro, I'm so proud to be sharing this stage with you right now, and we are so excited to hear everything in detail from you today. So let's kick this off, Jason. So guys, for the people that don't know about your backstory yet, Jason, just share. Let's start a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what were you doing before you joined BSF, what got you interested into starting ecom, right? So the floor is yours, bro. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, man. First of all, man, it's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me. And yeah, it started off with me being stuck at a 9 to 5 job, and I was doing pretty quite well because I was always like a salesperson, and I was working 9 to 5, and I was like, I was making a decent amount of money, and then I went on vacation at one day, and then the next month, the money was gone because I wasn't there physically and working actively on my 9 to 5 job. And I was like, oh man, this has to be something else. And I always been interested in making money online. And as we all know, we go into YouTube and type in how can I make money online fast, and then we see some gurus and tell you that you can make 10K a month with this stupid idea, and everyone can do it. And of course, I've tried, but if you do it over and over again, and you notice a pattern that it really doesn't lead you to something, and then yeah, then dude, and I just did some research, and I remember I followed Justin. um I followed Justin, I think a few years ago, and he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, bro, how's business?" And I was like, "Hey, man, I just started my dropshipping store and I have this product and I do this amount of revenue. But, if I'm doing, let's say, $200 today, but tomorrow it goes back to zero." And he was like, "Okay." And walk me through how's your system and how do you structure everything? And, I kind of, explained everything to him and he was like, "Okay, let me see how I can help you." And then from that point, he laid out everything for me. But, like the whole point of, why I'm in this entrepreneurship is just, I want to be free. When I want to go on vacation, let's say by tomorrow, then I can take, the work with me. So I don't have to, be attached to the 9 to 5 job. I don't want, to wake up and, to work for some other guy and, tell me when I have to go home and when I can do a break. I just wanted, to do it my own and, start something that I can tell my kids about because, I've tried it several times, but I failed. But, and then, Justin hit me up and we started talking and I wasn't sure because, I haven't texted him like in a while. And, he kind of asked me about my system, but I don't have a system. I don't even know what system mean. I just know if we find a product, advertising, hopefully it works. Mm-hmm. And he was like, dude, you don't want it to, just throw crap at the wall and hope it sticks. And yeah, it was true by that time. And he wasn't even focused on the revenue that I was making. It was not much, but he was caring about, okay, what is the system? What is your momentum? What is your consistency? What is your goal? And from that point, we started to build everything out. And yeah, this is, and I'm from Germany. I'm 29 and I've been doing e-commerce, I think 1.5 years now, but, haven't seen much success. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I joined BSF and chose the path with BSF. And it's going amazing.
Wonderful, bro. Wonderful. So, Jason, take us back to, I know you joined us in January, right? So
yeah,
take us back to January this year, right? What was life like for you before you joined BSF? What were your first thoughts when you got inside of the BSF ecosystem, and what happened when you saw our system? Did you have any doubts in your mind at the start, like wondering if this could work, like because you mentioned you've been doing e-commerce for about 1.5 years. How was life, how did life change after you were exposed into the BSF ecosystem, right? So you jumped in, you got started. Let's talk about those first few weeks when you were exposed to the BSF systems.
I mean, of course I was excited. I mean, okay, now I have finally someone who really can teach me. But then I'm like, like every one of us, can he really teach me? Mm-hmm. Who is he? And then you started to think, and then I did some research, find Justin Rowe, he did this, and I was like, okay, this looks kind of legit, but I'm still at that point where I was like, okay, is it a very good move? Mm-hmm. And I was kind of overwhelmed by everything he said because and my life before that was just, okay, I'll try drop shipping, like a side hustle. I was treating it like a side hustle and still working 9 to 5, mm-hmm. But it wasn't working for me. And when I joined BSF, I was like, okay, let me finish my 9 to 5 job so I can get the money and have some money saved for testing and then go full all in. And that's when everything's changed because for everyone who's not in, inside BSF, mm-hmm. It is so much, dude. Like, literally, dude. Every single section in the university is like, has a system itself. And Justin said it to me, and I quote, and he was like, "Don't be too excited because it will be a lot." And he wasn't lying about that, and it's indeed a lot. And yeah, then I was overwhelmed, excited at the same time. But then we have amazing team that is behind Justin, and like you literally coached me, from the second day where we have our first one-on-one call, and you was like, okay, bro, it's okay. Now I want you to watch this video, this video, this video. That's it. You're done. Come back to me. And this was literally like the start. And I remember I was still overwhelmed, to this point, because now thinking back, it was absolutely worth it because you have to start somewhere, and I was able also to empty everything that I learned, like all the bullshit, put it on the side and empty my mind to let the real information to enter my mind. And yeah, and then from there I just show up every single day and just work on my business like never before, and eventually it lead me to where I'm now, and I'm very happy and I'm very blessed, man, every single day, dude.
Beautiful, bro. We'll come to the mindset part, but before we come into the mindset, you were obviously overwhelmed, you were excited at the same time, but then you showed up, right? You showed up to every single call, you showed up to every single one-on-one with myself, because I have seen your journey, right? Right from the first day you joined BSF.
Yeah.
Like I said, before we get into the mindset, just give our viewers a bit of a rundown on the biggest challenges you faced in the early days, right? Was it so? We start with we start with our product research system first, right? When we are just getting started, what were your biggest challenges when you just got started? Was it finding the right product? Understanding the farm system, building your store. How did you keep yourself motivated? Because you had two kind of thoughts. You were overwhelmed at the same time, and you were excited as well. So I assume that it's not really a perfect combination. So was there ever a point you thought that I'm not sure if this is going to work out? What do you think what do you think that one mistake you made early, let's say, when you started learning, and then came the point where things started to really click? What was it?
Yeah, I mean, if we just starting out, we just joined in like the whole new community. Of course, everyone started doubting themselves, like, okay, is it gonna work? I'm not sure, and maybe I don't even know this guy. I read some positive comments before, but I'm still, is it going to work for me? And I had that because I feel like it is very natural if we had that thought, because we're all like human, right? But then I had a one-on-one call with you, and you literally said, okay, do this, and do this. Nothing but these 2 points, and then come back to me when you finish it. Mm-hmm. And I was able to combat that thought by just taking action, like step by step by step. Dude, I was so curious about Facebook ads. I was so curious about landing page, because but I know for a fact that I can't just jump from point 0 to point 5. And because everything that I skip now, will eventually hurt me later on the road. So I just don't want that. So I was able to come back if he thought, is it going to work? I'm concerned about my journey. It's by just taking action, but really like step by step. And when you take action step by step, and you really listen to everything, and you showed up, the more you take action, the more confident you get. And this confidence will keep you motivated every single day to do it exactly again and over again. And the more content I watch, the more I speak to you, the more I speak to Justin, the more I feel like, okay, this is cool, man. This is like the real deal. He can really teach me. Because the very first video is about product research, and we have like the whole system. And I watched the whole video, and I was like, okay, 10% I know, but the other 90% I never heard of it before. That was the moment where I was like, okay, oh, this is cool. This could lead me to somewhere. And that was the first confidence I get. And then the more action I took, the more confident I got. And this is really like my journey. And it just started compounding like faster. And yeah, that was like my beginning.
Wow. So, bro, when did you first feel like you had momentum and this was like really working out? Was it that certain product after you saw the product research system, or was it when you started running the ad using the farm system, right? What was that turnaround? Do you remember so obviously you have the first winning product, right? How were the first good days of those sales? How did that feel, and what changes did you make that help you scale from those first few sales to a consistent number right now, to where you're doing like a 20K a month, right? We want to know that momentum that eventually built from those few sales that led to where you are right now.
Yeah, so the first moment that I realized that this will work 100%,
Mm-hmm.
is where I got the landing page creation. And do you remember the hardback landing page?
Yes.
This is, and I quote, Justin really said, landing page look the same, they may look the same, but it does not read the same. And I literally spent two weeks studying that. And when you really, read through every single paragraph and section and benefit point, and you understand why it is that right there, and why it's supposed to be there. So that when I know, okay, this is something special, man. Now I have something that I can just repeat over and over again because it has a very clear structure. That is what that was the point where I was like, okay, this is unique, man. This is crazy. And Justin also said, we're not saying to robot, we're saying to real people.
Exactly.
There are actual people who are actually reading through it, and we want to make sure they understand everything, and we capture them not just by emotion but also by logic.
Exactly.
And these are all the things that you can't get it somewhere else. It is, and that was the moment where I realized, okay, this guy knows too much. I love it.
He's the GOAT,
and then,
for sure.
it's crazy, man. Something that he taught me, I don't even understand it by today, but anyway. And then I just went on, from the landing page creation, store creation, landing page creation, then video creation. I did have some videos that I created before I joined BSF before, but then I compare it with the structure that BSF provide me. Mm-hmm. It is like moon and earth. It's not even a comparison. And that was also a point where I was like very, very surprised by what BSF can provide. And then I went on. Then algorithmic targeting sheet. Dude, I remember I was so tired watching the 20-minute video of Justin explain it, because even after fourth time, I don't even understand what is that exactly. I took a nap and I dreamt about it. And then
you dreamt about it?
Yeah, dude, I took a nap right here on my couch and I dreamt about algorithmic targeting shit, because if you have something that is so deep in your mind and you keep thinking about over and over and over again, and you go to sleep with that last thought, eventually you go think about it. And I literally fucking dream about that shit. And then I just pull up the video, watch it again. I remember I watched it like 5 times, 7 times, and then I got to work. And then, my first algo sheet was approved by the team, and just to say, hey man, good job. And this is also like the thing that I never heard before, like literally never have heard before. And then I start testing my product, and I was like, hey Justin, I have a product before I joined BSF. Can I take the product and use the system that you provide me, and do it now the right way? It may sound good at first, but at the second thought, I was like, okay, it's just maybe not a good idea, But I indeed tested it. It failed. And Justin was like, bro, I want you to use the research system to find product, because it is very strict, and it's very cohesive the way it
it's
in
so
terms
detailed.
Of all the criteria. Yeah. And then I started my arsenal all over again. And I start testing them one by one, because I know there's so much thing. Because and one more thing, by that point, by that time, I am completely new to the Facebook ads. Completely new to Facebook ads. Like, dude, wow. I know nothing. I remember I called you up and was like, bro, I cannot create a page for my brand, and I really know nothing. And but hey, I showed up. I asked questions every single mastermind. I never missed one mastermind, and I just asked questions. And eventually, you get to the point where you're scared, to 5K a month, 10K a month, and beyond. And this is absolutely incredible, man. I couldn't be more proud of the team, for myself, and
And see where you're at right now, bro, Jason. You're doing like $20,000 a month in revenue. How does that feel compared to where you got started, right? Okay, now walk us through how long did it actually take from your first sale to reaching 20K a month, right? So when did you first start this ad? Like what month you started this ad, and until when it reached 20K, right? What was your first product setup like, right? It's obviously one of the main products, right? What number did you find your first winner? Is it the second product, the third product? Or we obviously know that we follow the 2020 rule here at BSF, right?
Yeah,
So it's obviously all
yeah,
within the first 20 products we find out our winner. But then we are so well refined with the system that most of our students, they are finding with winners within the first 5 products itself, right? So
yeah,
give us a bit of rundown on that. How effective do you think the strategy worked for you, right? If you've put up any
yeah.
offers, right? So give us a rundown on hitting that, starting from scratch to hitting that milestone, because it's just not about the money, right? It's literally a lifestyle change for you right now. So give us a walkthrough on that, bro.
So Justin was like to me, bro, stick to the system, do your 20 product.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, if you said so, then I'm just gonna do it. Because most of our students will find their product within the 20 product or even within 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I followed the system the way he taught me, and I literally found my winning product on my second one. On my second one, I still have 18 to go, so no one else can beat me. And I was like, okay, this is so cool. And I did this, and then I started testing that product. And the first thing I noticed is I get good metrics.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I get good engagement on my post. And customer messaged me about, hey, I have a question about your product, and this and that. And I was like, okay, this has demand.
Mm-hmm.
And I tested the product. I think I started in May. In May. And by the way, I joined from January, and it took 4 months to learn everything. And then I launched in May. And by the end of May, I think I did like 3K or so. But that was just me testing. I wasn't even scaling yet. And
so 3K in May, right? 3K in May.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then let's go forward. June, July, and August.
Okay.
So you literally are in 5 figures within 3 months.
Yeah, and and then in I think by June, I think I have like 8 or so, 8.4,
Mm-hmm.
and then 9.9, 11, and then 15, and then it just goes up. And I don't remember the number exactly, but this is literally how fast it can scale. And I remember, when I first have done my algorithmic targeting sheet,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember I tried to duplicate it, but I did some mistake, and I mistakenly deleted everything.
Okay.
And it literally took me 12 hours to bounce back where I was before. And that really shows how crazy the BSF system is, because you can utilize everything that you have learned to your advantage, and then just do it over again, and it works like perfectly, because you have data, you have the mindset, you have the guidance, you have the coaches, you have Justin, and that was also like the point for me where I was like, normally I would think, oh no, dude, I'm skilled. I just deleted my whole campaign, everything's gone. But no, I was like, okay, let's calm down and readjust everything and do it again. And the next day, boom, it goes right back up. And then from the iGo, we go into the NBB, the BB, and so on and so forth. And I just keep optimizing everything internally, and also push more money at the front end as well. And that will lead you to where you are right now. And this is very incredible.
Incredible. And Jason, what are your margins looking like right now?
I think it's around 20 to 30%. It really depends on the days.
Wow.
But I think 20 to 30% is pretty decent when you're just starting out and start scaling.
Mm-hmm.
But later, I also have things in my mind. Maybe some cross-selling. Maybe I even negotiate with my supplier to get the price even lower,
Mm-hmm.
so that left more money for me. I can even spend it towards advertising, or I can just keep it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So for now it's decent.
That's
so
a good
20 to
healthy
30%.
margin, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to just sugarcoat things and make things it sounds amazing. I also have days where I have losses. I also have days where I only at 10% profit margin. But then what do? You start analyzing what went wrong and do it over again and find out how it works correctly. You can't do it yourself. Don't worry. BSF got you. We've got the whole team ready to help you across all channel. And that was also the key to my success is, having the freedom to ask people whenever I want, having the freedom to ask people whenever I want. This is not something everyone just take for granted for, but, I was very grateful that I get to do that. And that was really like everything.
Amazing. All right. So looking back, what do you think was the biggest lesson that you've learned so far in this entire journey of starting from scratch to getting to where you're at now? If you could talk to the Jason that had just started back in January, right? What advice would you give him right now, right? How has your mindset been around the business with money coming in, right? And do you feel like you're thinking way broader right now, right? How did it change? Like it's not just your business that has changed, right? The life outside the business has also changed as well. Just give us a walkthrough of that as well, Jason.
Yeah, for sure. So this is like the most important part for me, especially for my journey. I would say mindset is huge. Mindset is I would say it's 60-70% of what made of my success. And I spent quite a lot of time, talking to Justin and listening to Justin and really, studying, how he moves, how he talks, the way he talks, and just try to copy him as good as possible, but make it, personalized to my life. And there are so many things that I learned along the way, such as, just treat what we do here as something that you can just do it, a few days a week and you just slack off and then come back later. No, you need to be disciplined, consistent, accountable. You need to be reliable, resourceful, proficient, proactive, and discipline. These are all the things that I learned along the way that really helped me to scale to where I am right now. Because I also learned that I have to use my own brain. Obviously, we have the team, we have great coaches, we have the mentor. But most of the time when I have questions, I'm not just, Ron, what is this? What is this? What is this? No, I'm going to sit on my desk. I'm going to try to figure it out myself first. And then kind of an idea what it could be. Then I go and then I ask. Because I also noticed that, 70% of the questions, you already know it. You already know it. Sometimes these questions are very obvious. You already know it. But this is the thing that really this is like the source of my success, because I really push myself, because if I don't know the answer to something, I have to find out. And this is like the hunger that I had when I joined BSF, and being around people, like Justin, being around you, really forced me to get better. I'm literally, I have to get better by just being present. So so I also, noticed that you're the sum of the 5 persons you hang around with. And I always need to make sure that the people I'm around with are good-hearted people, people who can provide value to the market and to people who are nice, have a good heart. And this is the circle I wanted to be in. And I don't have, a big circle. I don't have much friends, but that is because I'm very selective, and I try to protect myself as much as possible, because I know what I'm building now is very valuable. And and also the downside of this is, when you become too different from the old group of people you used to hang around with, but not that good to be able to hang around with high net worth and high value individual, that is the time where you spend it like 100% alone. Dude, like days and night, day and night, days and night, day and night. I talk to AI more than I talk to a human on some day, on some week.
Wow.
This is this might sound very sad, you know, at the same time, but very emotional and inspiring at the other side. And I really try to capture everything because when I want to do the journey to start here, I wanted to make it beautiful, and I don't mind not talking to girls for a long time. I don't go to party. I don't mind hanging out with friends. I don't mind not going to the swimming pool. No, I just wanted to find out what other people knows, but I don't know. And this obsession, you know, got me up all night, and I just can't do it. Yeah, and I just can't do it either way. And then from that point, it starts to change, and you just get more aggressive. You just get more professional, and all the things just add up, and it compounds very fast if you really put your mind to it. And sometimes even my own story, but it sounds very emotional to me, and I also feel inspired by my own story because I'm not very often to get to talk about it because, you know, I'm not talking to anyone. Dude, even my mom don't even know what I'm really doing. A friend that I've been friend with since I was in the 8th grade. He's a good friend of mine, but he just know that I'm doing this and that. But what I'm really doing, no one knows. And I try to protect it and only share to the people who value it. So the community, Justin, you, the whole BSF family. And this is where you found home, and this is where you find peace and happiness at the same time. And at that point, I'm not even care about the money. I'm not even care about the profit. I'm not even care how much I'm making today. It's all about, hey, giving back to the people, being around good-hearted people, and give something back. And this is really the journey. This is really my mindset, and this is really how it got me to the point where I'm now.
Beautiful, bro. Love it. So, give us a rundown of your daily routine then. Like, how does a day of Jason looks like right now, right? Have you been able to do anything recently that you couldn't have done before, right? So you mentioned that you don't speak to a lot of people, not a lot of friends, right? But the very few people that you speak to, like your very very close people, like let's say your family members, right? What do they think about your results? The ones that know, right? So with everything that you've accomplished so far, right? What do they think about it, and where do you think you're going from here?
So as I said, I don't often get to talk about my journey and, especially when it comes to my business and how much I'm making. But when I do talk about it, people listen and people feel inspired and people are, oh, wow, this is so much. And then show me, when did you do that and who taught you that? But I'm also at the point when I start talking about that, when I'm not talking, I'm not talking. But when I start talking about something, people listen because they see the identity behind all the words. And sometimes people even ask me, who's your mentor? Mm-hmm. But then I'm like, I don't even want to reveal him because he's my biggest asset. I mean, what do you provide me for me to show you my mentor? Because if I'm introduce you to him, you are representing me. If you suck and then just like, yo, Jason, who's that? Why you did that? My time was, and I just wanted to protect everything that is around me that is valuable. But yeah, oftentimes when I get to talk about this topic, people feel very inspired, and I was like, oh wow, crazy, oh 10K, oh 20K, oh wow. And but then I usually stop at there. I don't go any deeper because they cannot resonate to what I say, and I usually stop there and make the conversation, and then I just slow down a little bit and just have some drink and fun. So
amazing. But give us a rundown of your daily routine as well. How does your day look like right now?
Dude, I wake up. Mm-hmm. What I usually do is go. Let me tell you first. Mm-hmm. I wish my routine would have been better, and I try to replicate Justin, and I try to do this and that, but there's still area of my routine where I'm stuck at. So completely honest. But usually, I wake up, I think around 8 or 9, mm-hmm. and then get myself ready. And the first thing I'm gonna do is look at my ad account. Not Shopify notification, ad account. No Shopify ad account because I care about the machine. I don't care about the product. First, the machine has to run properly. Okay, ad account done, perfect. Okay, Shopify done. Emails, notification, clear them all up. Then get a little bit of breakfast, come back, and I start to pray. I pray twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
It really helps me to calm down and remind myself that I'm on the journey that is required something. So I just speak into existence and I pray. Usually, once it's twice a day. It's one in the morning and one at night. It just helped to reset my mind and dissect all the information, all the doubt, all the bad thoughts, and it just clear up everything. And so I can have like a space where I can let new information enter my mind. This is what I'm doing, and then from there, I just open up my laptop and see, okay, what is the first thing I have to do? What is the thing that has to be done today? I prioritize them, and then just get into some deep work. I put on YouTube, some study music. It's 3 hours, and I'm not gonna stop until the music stops. And then I go off for lunch and come back an hour later and do the exact same thing. And this is and also I keep my place very clean, because if my environment is
So important.
is yeah, and I cannot work now. Everything has to be cleaned up. The pillow has to be in the right shape, and then I can sit there in peace and concentrate. And focus on my screen, and and then every now and then hopping into Platinum and see what I can do. And this is really my routine. And then I usually don't have the time where I was like, okay, I'm done. It's literally never done. I don't know why it's never done.
It's never done.
I
You're
start-
always doing. It's never done.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. I wake up and I work, and the only time that I'm not working is when I go to sleep. This is really how it is. I cannot tell you, okay, I'm gonna stop at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. No, I'm gonna stop when my eyes close. And sometimes I wish I could just stay up all night and work, but sometimes your body just react and say, hey, dude. I mean, if I force it, I can just stay up all night and work. But then I know for a fact that tomorrow I have to do it again,
Yes.
over again, because tomorrow I have to put 100% onto the table, and the other day afterward too.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that when I just slack and just stay up all night today, tomorrow I will pay for it. Either it's more sleeping on the next day, or when I push myself, I cannot use 100% of my brain, because sometimes you just have to get your brain some time off. And and also, man, I wish I could do some more fitness and sports, and but I will include that into my daily routine and make it happen. Justin
Bro,
asked all of us.
I've just been regular. Justin literally pushed me to the gym. Like, Ron, you just need to go to the gym.
Yeah, because bro, I was training, when I joined BSF in January until I think from January this year until I think March or April, I was training every single day, like literally every single day. And at that point, it was for me, it was like, okay, I want to get, bigger muscle. I don't care about the muscle. I care about the mindset,
Yeah.
The person who goes to the gym every single day, regardless of how you feel, by that point, it's more of a mental exercise than a physical exercise. Because if I'm able to hit the gym every single day and not care about my muscle, what happened if I start, okay, now it's time to build muscle? It is literally like one switch, one change in the structure, how I train, and then everything comes naturally. And this was also the mindset. But then, I kind of got off and got lazy as well. It's not good, not recommended to everyone. But but I have to get back. I want to get back. I'm excited to get back. And
I wouldn't say
because
lazy. I would say it's the hunger that you get when you see your store being, so successful.
And I also kind of struggle sometimes when I go to the gym. And I was like, okay, hey, dude, I don't know how you guys just turn up your mind when you go to the gym. I have so many things going on in my mind when I'm at the gym. I don't know how you can just shut it off. Even when I'm at the gym, I check my phone constantly, and I was like, oh, I'm getting so too distracted that I have to learn how to put it to the side and just refocus for 1 or 2 hours to train and then come back, because a strong body means strong mind, and yeah, this is why I want to go back so bad. And I was literally start maybe no, I would start right after this call and make it happen.
Beautiful, bro. So true. So, Jason, now I've been in the front row seat. I've seen your brand grow from zero to where it is right now. Now I know where it's going, right? I know exactly what's going to happen in the next 6 to 12 months. In fact, we are entering Q4, right? So it's going to blow out. But do you have a target revenue in mind, or let's say a lifestyle goal in mind, right? Any new strategies, right? Even new stores in the works, because here at we, our students here at BSF, we build like portfolio of stores. We are not just building one and we are just sticking to that one, right? We are scaling multiple stores, right? So do you have any such plans in mind, right? Are you thinking of building a team, outsourcing any team, as you grow?
Of course, I thought about that multiple times, but at the same time, I was like, okay, hey, you just started this brand, it start to pick up, and I really want to put my focus, everything, like my focus into the brand and not just diversify it too soon, because it might be very risky. But yeah, for example, from now going into Q4 and to the end of this year, I have like the entire build out. It's basically done in my mind when I'm doing what and what to do when this and that happens, and like the entire map is completely built out. It is done, and I know exactly when to spend money on what and how to do certain thing, and now it's just time to really put it into practice and put it into effect and see how it goes. But I also have to say, even though that I'm sitting here and build out my entire plan for the next 4 months, it's not something that I just imagine or just thought about. No, it is purely based on the system that I learned at BSF. Because when I learn something and I discover something that has worked, it's just stupid for me just to go ahead and try something else. I mean, you can eventually, but if you make a lot of money, you can maybe try this and this and that. But for now, it's the best. It's the best bet to stay on the BSF path, and you can literally stay into 50K a month with the system itself only. But yeah. Then at some point Justin will go after you anyway. We'll say, hey bro, now let's personalize a little bit. Now I would do this and this and that, and this is when the past change a little bit, but not because you want it, because your mentor said, okay, now it's time, because your brand is more focused on this. It is better for you to do this, but the other student, he's doing that. Maybe he should do this instead. So he really personalized. He really personalized your journey for you. But until 30K, 40K a month, you can just stick with the whole system and you're good to go.
So true, bro. So true. Yeah. Now, Jason, if someone, right? So we've got a lot of people watching you right now. Let's say these people that are watching you right now, they are hungry to start into ecom, but they are scared, right? They are not able to take that leap of faith and get into this industry, right? So they are in a position you were back, in let's say in Q4 last year, before you started with us back in January, right? Maybe they're unsure, right? Maybe they're struggling, right? Maybe they even have a brand, but they're not able to scale it. What's that one piece of advice that you would want to give them?
I mean, you can have concern. That's normal. That's human. I mean, you're not a robot. You can be scared to join. Absolutely, I get it. But you should be more scared of staying where you are if it's making you miserable, because it's not going to get better. In a few years from now, you will be a lot older, and it will be much harder to take action. Okay? One day you go to the club and you fall in love. You have a wife. You have kids. Now maybe you have mortgages. Okay? You have obligation. And then what happened to all the dreams you have? Okay, retiring your mom, buying this new car, buying this, doing that, traveling, it's gone. Now when you think, okay, maybe I should, change my path. You can't just change now because you have obligation. You don't get to walk away scars free. So this is my mindset. So the best time to start ecom was yesterday, and the second best time to start is today. You have to take action because this is not just drop shipping. People think of drop shipping and think of, okay, we do product from China and it's cheap and it take a long time. No, we do business based on that model, but then we change the course.
Exactly. It's just a means to an end. It's not purely drop
Yeah.
shipping. Yeah.
Yeah, it's we started with the drop shipping path so you can understand it, how it works. But then at some point we change the whole path. We turn it around and make it like something that you can really scale long term, that is real, that is sustainable, and that is scalable. And most people don't realize that. They just think drop shipping, it's a scam. But the people who say it is a scam, usually people who never make a dime. I know people who make millions, and they just laugh at all these people. And then, okay, you might think, okay, but drop shipping might be good at 2016, 2017. I get it. Now it's more competition. And now we go into 2026, there's more competition. Yeah, but dude, guess what? There are just as much people who gave up because they didn't have the discipline, no execution, no motivation, no real coach, no real system, no real guidance. And I would say, is this my call to say you should join? Not really, but I can tell only from my experience, if I would start over again, I would do it again because I'm making money. I have something that is, tangible and to be proud of. And, now when I start to talk about my journey, and maybe later even my kids, it start with BSF and with Justin Boyd, because this is literally where it started. And it started that I live in a very small apartment here, and I learned this guy, make this much, and then eventually move out and buy this and do this. It all started somewhere, and you just have to take action. And it might be hard to understand because I didn't get it. Dude, I was on the call with Justin. I don't understand anything he said. All I understood was I would literally sit here for 17 hours with you, just me and you, going back and forth until you fully understand it. This is the first thing. And the second thing is I will be your biggest asset. That was the thing that I only understood that part. And
Jason, sorry to cut you out, and he does sit with us like for hours, right, on Sunday Masterminds. Forget the time limit.
Yeah. This is, and he literally said that every single week. Dude, I'm sick of that. No, man, I love it. Every time when I think about Mastermind, I already have like, this video is recorded, like the AI boy, and it is just so fun. And yeah, bro, if you're lazy, if you just want to start something that you work 2 hours a week and still doing this and that, no, then you shouldn't join. But if you're hungry, you want to build something, you want a team, you want the support, you want a real system and guidance and people who actually cares about you, because your success, it depends on their reputation. And it's in their best interest that you succeed. Justin said to me, literally, and he was like, Jason, I want you to succeed. I want that. And he stick to his words, one man, one words, and the business is done. Even though back then it was nothing built, but that was the start. So if you're hungry and you've may try this and that before and watch some YouTube content and you try a couple of product and you fail, that's normal. That's the first thing. And the second thing, you could put it, you may, I know people who can pull this off on their own, but I was the guy who was like, no, I want to make sure that I'm winning for sure. I don't want to guess. Because let me tell you what might could happen if I'm not joining BSF. I might still doing drop shipping, not knowing what I can turn this into a brand later on, and maybe got completely off the road by February or in March. And then by this time, sitting at home on my couch and typing on YouTube how to make money online. And then you click on the first video because it has 1.5 million views. And I don't mind, to do that, but the failure is tied to my time. So, a few months ago, we were all gearing up for Christmas, all excited, this and that, and gift and presents and jingles. Dude, in a few months, it's Christmas again. Now my question is where are you now? Now I'm at a much better position now. And it just took me a few months of dedication and hard work. So no one can, and I'm really sick of all this guy. Hey, AI can make you this much a month, this much. And then you scroll down, you see all the affiliate links like this much. And I was like, oh, I'm sick of that. And yeah, but then it started when I talked to Justin, even though I wasn't knowing who Justin was.
Bro, a good coach and a good system is so important.
Yeah, bro, literally so important. Because Justin, if you're not inside, Justin could send you like the whole system right to your phone right now. It may sound very cohesive and sounds good and you can try it. But here's the thing in real life. You have so many questions that needs to be answered. And you need the guy who really can, answer those questions in a proper way. It's not just built on the guide, but that is not just based on the guide, but based on real life experience. So if Justin would send me the farm system right now to my phone and I read it, oh, it sounds so good, and I may try it, you may fail, dude, literally. So I'm not betting on the PDF file. I'm betting on the guy who created it. I'm betting on teams. I'm not betting on any system because the system will come itself. I'm betting on Justin. I'm betting on his skill, his mindset, his determination, and his skill to teach me. And then he will come with the system naturally. And that is my mindset when I first started, because you can't trust any system. I mean, the system is worthless without Justin. Because I have questions, dude, why is this, why? He answered, I'm like, why? Tell me, because you created that. And he literally hammered that into my mind for the last few months. And I'm at the point right now where I still have loads of questions. But this is where, when I know, hey, I have so many things in store right now, man, I can hit up my team, my mentor, everyone, and everyone is doing the exact same thing and can help you right where you are. So, and this is what makes BSF different, because now we have office hours.
Yeah. Give us a sneak peek of the support, bro. We've got office hours. We've got 2 office hours. Maybe.
Yeah.
We've got one Sunday mastermind with Justin, and then we've got 24/7 chat support on our Facebook group and now on WhatsApp as well. So nowhere in the entire industry does this. So give us a sneak peek on that as well.
Bro, we started this journey with Mastermind and with 24-hour support across our channel. And then suddenly, at the beginning of Q4, Justin was like, hey, now we have office hours 2 times forever. And I was like, okay, first, what happened when you join? You got like the whole system. Take your time, learn it. I don't care how long it takes, learn it. And then we have office hours on Wednesday. On Thursday, office hour again. You can have 24-hour support across all BSF channel. You have Mastermind on the on Sunday with Justin. You have one-on-one call whenever needed. This is school. So how can you fail? I mean, this is made for you to success, because as I mentioned earlier, your success is their reputation depends on your success. So they made it to work, not just to have fun and hanging around. There are some days where I wish I could just go to the swimming pool or so, but I'm like, okay, now I'm lost 2 hours and I just can't do it. And And along with all the system and all the business thing, he also teach you discipline. He teaches you patience, discipline, you know, and just down to earth. Don't just and be respectful. And this is the thing that you will learn along the system, and along the journey, and you will grow for sure. If you sow, you will reap. So if you planted nothing, you can't just expect that a beautiful flower to grow because you didn't do anything. So we here at BSF, we make sure that everyone is moving, everyone is scaling, no one in BSF is stuck. No one is stuck. Sometimes people ask me, like, hey, why are you moving so fast? Bro, I'm not moving fast at all. I'm not moving fast at all. You don't know what I did before I joined BSF. So this is just, you don't see the entire picture, but take your time. I mean, speed clearly come from clarity and focus and discipline. It doesn't come from, hey, rushing into tasks and jump from this task to this task and this task. This is not clarity. This is not clarity. This is not speed. Speed clearly comes from clarity, fully understanding the system, focus, and discipline, and how many times you showed up. At the end of the day, it only counts who is still at that desk. And if you stood at your desk, be proud of yourself. And this is the really also the thing that I would tell myself when I started. And come join and enjoy the journey. And I remember once I was 5 days not in platinum. You were texting me. I still have the message here. I still have it here. You was like, hey, bro, it's been 5 days. How you doing, bro? Do you have any further questions? Where are you? Call here, there. Let's make it happen. So the team is literally behind your ass. So you can't just stay there and pretend everything is fine when it's not. And also everything is documented. Everything is documented across all BSF channel. Everyone can go back and see when certain things happens or this and that. And beyond that, Justin even talks about, other things that happens in the world that eventually could beneficial to us or even could harm us. So this is not just a mentorship. It's not just like a course. It's not a course. It's you gaining equity within this amazing community. And this is what makes it special. And even though I wish I could have made up everything, the revenue I made, you can go back, and everyone can go back and see it. So it's amazing and how everything is structured. But everything that I just talked about, in the last few minutes or 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're almost an hour in. I didn't realize we're almost an hour in.
Everything that I have shared, it's hard to see when you just start. It's hard to see when you're just starting out. You can't just see it. You have to go through it, and then you get to see it. And but here, you not just get to see it. People give you a glimpse of what potentially could happen. If you submitted a product, and Ron and Justin have seen it 1,000 times before, and know that it's completely saturated, but you don't have the mindset and the clarity to see it, they send you back and make you do it over again. Find out what works and come back. And they don't mind, going with you back and forth until it's absolutely perfect. And BSF really said to me, hey, we're going back and forth with you until everything is perfect. Until then, you're not spending any money. And this is why the winning rate is so high. I launched my campaign, dude. It's anywhere from 2 to 250 ROAS. This is not an accident. This cannot happen by accident.
And I remember, Jason, you sending me that screenshot that morning about a 40% conversion rate.
Yeah, and this is not something that I made up, dude. I still have it here. It's 40%.
Oh.
And yeah, and eventually, it goes down, during the day, and then you end up like with 5 or 6%. But this is pretty good, And yeah, this is all I have to say. And really, you have to get inside and see it, get outside of the box, and because if you get outside of the box, you get to see the label. Sometimes when you're inside, you can't just see it. If you build a computer, you have to get outside of the computer and then you build it. So this is what people can provide you and support you. And you know, the worst thing that can happen to you is when you join some community and they throw you into a Discord group where he showed up maybe kind of once every 2 weeks, and you ask questions, and then tons of people come and commented on that. You're just getting distracted. Here, you get one-on-one. They even, you know, if you feel like, okay, I want a business, but I don't have time to build it, dude, BSF literally do everything for you. They even would launch the ads for you, and they would help you anywhere, you know, they can. And that's why no one inside BSF is stuck. So this is really special, and that what makes BSF so amazing.
Amazing, bro. Jason, it was amazing having you here today. From starting earlier this year, going through the entire learning curve, bro, the long one-on-ones we've had, to running into 20K a month right now, bro. Your story is a living proof that with the right guidance and consistent action, we can see big results. Right, bro? Thanks
for sure.
for sharing your journey with us. I know this is gonna inspire a lot of people, right, within this community, right? And bro, all the best with Q4. We are gonna be hitting bigger milestones now. Onto 100K journey right now.
I'm excited for that, man. Thanks for having me, and yeah, I hope this inspires some people.
It would, for sure.
Take action. Amazing. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for this live, Jason. And guys, we'll have another live next Friday again. Till then, you all have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys very soon. Jason, thanks again, my brother. You have a great weekend as well.
Yeah.